And for more on how this investigation and salvage operation might play out, we are joined by Captain Jim Staples. He's a maritime consultant, and he joins us from the U.S. city of New Orleans. Jim, just talk to me about the degree of difficulty. As we mentioned, the ship expected to be towed shortly. Give us some perspective on the process involved and some of the challenges. In Hong, talking about having two ships there and pushing it along in a sense.
Well, as you heard the earlier reporter talk about the sandbags that they were shifting on either side to get what he called the balance, or what we call the athwartship stability of the vessel for the buoyancy. That's a major problem because if a windstorm comes up, that could lay the ship back over and she could recapsize again. Generally, when we move ballast around, we usually do it with water, and it goes from one tank to the other tank, depending on where the vessel's listing. And even if the wind is pushing us, we can ballast the vessel over rather quickly with water in the tanks. Here, they're not going to be able to do that because they're using sandbags. So this is going to be a very delicate operation to move this vessel down. They're going to have to make sure that the weather is going to be extremely calm to do this.
And how long a process do you think it'll take?
Well, it all depends on how far they're going with the vessel. If they're taking the vessel, 100 miles, these tugboats will probably only make maybe 6 to 8 knots. And again, if they're against the current, they'll probably be even a little bit slower. So speed's not of the essence right now. They need to take their time, be very careful, be very cautious moving this vessel downstream.
And in Hong was saying, I guess it's inclining to the left. So that's another factor you have to look at. What about the investigation itself? What elements will investigators rather be scrutinizing, do you think?
Well, unfortunately, unlike ocean-going vessels that fall under SOLAS, these vessels do not have what we call a VDR, a voice data recorder. And that's an instrument that takes all the measurements from the engines, even voice control that is done in the bridge, the captain's orders. So they won't have that tool to be used to use for themselves. So they're going to have to actually look at the instrumentation to see if there might have been a casualty with the steering or a casualty with the engine that caused the vessel to turn sharply or abruptly, to see if all the equipment was working, if any repairs have been done to the radar sets or to the voice data, the weather fax machines and things of that sort. So those are the type of investigative tools that they'll be looking at first. And then, of course, they're going to have to look at the captain, the crew, the training. How long has it been since they've been recertified, and go back to that aspect of all the training.
Slow and methodical?
Very slow and very methodical, exactly. But again, the good thing is the captain has a voice. He's alive. He can tell them exactly what happened, and hopefully from that they can put together with the weather data exactly what happened. Go back and look at the class of these vessels to see if there's other vessels out there that may be of similar build, so this does not happen again.
Jim, based on your history following these sorts of things, still people missing from the ship. Can you talk about what the recovery operations might entail in trying to find these final bodies? Because they've been searching for a while now.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is a long river. It's a swift river. The currents move fast, so these bodies could be anywhere. And hopefully, the Yangtze River gives them up very swiftly, so the people can be at rest.
All right,
be at peace.
Captain Jim Staples joining us from New Orleans. Thanks once again.
Thank you.